A Fresno family shares their tragic story about their daughter's deadly overdose. Their urgent message tonight to try to spare anyone else from the same tragedy. In a story you'll see only on Action News. Then highway horror, new developments in a Fresno roadway shooting that became a murder-suicide. The domestic trouble that came to a violent end.
And I'm tracking the fog and the frost potential through the rest of the week.
Taking action together. This is Central California's #1 news. ABC 30 Action News, Special Edition.
A Fresno family is living through the shock and grief of losing a child to a fentanyl overdose and hoping they can help other families prevent a similar tragedy. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Action News. Good evening to you. I'm Margot Kim. Olivia Patla passed away last year, the day before her graduation from Clovis North High School. Her family is now sharing their story for the first time with Action News reporter Corin Hoggard.
Olivia Patla's presence is everywhere you look in her family's dining room. Her photos on graduation mementos, her young handprint on a Christmas ornament, wind chimes, and the crystals she loved.
We feel like she's here with us when we're in here with her.
Olivia's ashes rest nearby every night the Patlas sit down for dinner. The 18-year-old was a tall, athletic cheerleader with a memorable sense of style and a breathtaking singing voice. Her parents say Olivia always wanted to help people, especially senior citizens, and she considered making a career of it.
She had a huge heart, and she liked to look out for other people. She always looked out for other people. Her friends and family were the most important thing to her, and she always wanted to make sure that other people were taken care of.
Olivia finished her senior year at Clovis North, and at her graduation party, she was shocked at how many friends came to honor her accomplishment. She was too shy to say anything to the crowd, but her parents spoke up.
Talked about how proud of her we were, how much we loved her, and how
And she really appreciated what we did.
The next night, the one before graduation, Olivia stayed at a friend's house. Her mom told her to be careful, and Olivia touched base all night. But the next morning, she was more than an hour late getting home when her mom decided to track her down at the friend's house.
we turned the corner and there was a coroner. There was a coroner there, and the police were there. And I jumped out of the moving car, and I was screaming, and I said, God, please, God, no.
Renee saw her daughter's beautiful light brown eyes had gone lifeless.
I cried, and I kissed her forehead, and I told her how sorry. How sorry I was that I didn't get there in time. And that I didn't take care of her.
A bouquet of flowers took Olivia's seat that night at graduation, and her family's plans pivoted.
Instead, the graduation, the dress we fought about for hours to buy and find. She looked gorgeous in it. And she was cremated in that dress, in her graduation dress. She was supposed to be wearing under her cap and gown.
The Patlas have spent 18 months grieving and following court cases involving the friend who gave Olivia a pill and the man who sold it to that girl. The Patlas and law enforcement sources tell Action News the 17-year-old friend let Olivia die, refusing to call 911 and even recording video as it happened. She was prosecuted as a minor, though, which is part of the reason the Patlas have struggled to get a complete picture.
There's many discrepancies in the story with the timelines, when my daughter was struggling, when 911 was called. So whatever happened in that house, there's unanswered questions.
Fresno County has seen fentanyl overdose deaths fall in 2022 from 114 last year to 54 so far this year. Fresno Police Officer Dean Cardinale is assigned to the DEA Task Force Overdose Resolution Team. He attributes this year's improvement to people starting to understand the risks of fentanyl use and the increasing availability of Narcan. Olivia's parents discuss the dangers with all 4 of their kids, but Cardinale warns parents to keep that message on the minds of their kids.
You know, they've always said the same thing, not my kid, this is impossible. Well, I'm here to tell you it could be anybody's kid.
If it can happen to her, it doesn't happen just to kids who are seeking pills or kids who are doing drugs or kids that are doing vapes and pot and whatnot. It doesn't happen just at parties. It happened in someone's home where the parents were present.
Cardinale says people need to know they can call 911 if someone's overdosing. He says police are looking at callers as victims, not suspects. The Patlas are hoping that by sharing Olivia's story, she can still serve her community and protect people.
If anything can happen from this, for Olivia would want, if she could save just anyone, one life.
Corin Hoggard, ABC 30, Action News.
You can learn more about the opioid epidemic and the impacts of fentanyl here in Central California by watching Killer High: The Silent Crisis. Watch it on demand anytime on our ABC 30 apps.